on Monday, we will finish whatever we don't finish today that we were required, but it's going to be a review day. So I'll give you a review sheet, you'll work on, we'll play a review game. Okay? And then that will be good. And then we're going to test on Wednesday, and then we're going to start executive and judicial branch. We're going to combine them, okay? So, because we're almost done, which is nice, so we're going fast. Now, today, what we're going to do before I start talking to you about how a bill becomes a law, Megan is going to go over war powers. So that's one thing we did not get to finish and discuss last class. So she's going to teach that. So she's going to talk about war powers. Now, yes?
So after this next test, do we just have one more test and then like the final?
I love you all, I'm not going to give a final. Your final is the citizenship test.
Oh, you're the best!
I mean, that might be the next unit's test. We'll probably wrap up the last week that we're together. Okay?
Wait, so like after
I'm like really sad this class is over, but I'm way more excited to not have to go to school.
I would recreate next week.
Yeah, I'm down with that. We'll have a party.
Like we can all pitch in and like hate us.
You hate me? I only know two people who seriously hate me.
Oh, really? Who would hate you?
Tute.
I did. But I know you for like.
Are you ready for April?
Yeah.
Heck yes.
Wait, what's
Tute
April?
and I are going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
April? Are you going in April?
I am, yes.
When?
Wait, why are you
Spring
going,
break?
Tute?
Huh?
Where are you going?
Yeah.
See, then choir won't be there.
Okay. All right.
Choir maybe not be there on the same dates though.
No, that's in March.
Well, she's going during spring break.
All right, let's turn our time over to Megan.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about war powers, and if you remember what we just went over in the quiz, there was a question that said which one of these is not a power of Congress. Let's go back to that. There you go. Okay, so what one was the answer?
Circle.
The circle, right? So, meaning that declare war is one of the powers of Congress. So we're going to learn a little bit because it's not exclusively Congress. The executive branch and the president does have a say in what happens with war. So we're going to look at how that power is split between the two. So what I need you guys to do is I want you guys to all grab your cell phones. Some of you already even have it out. You were just ahead of the game, ready to go.
Of course.
Okay. Awesome. Ben, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Okay. So I want you guys to just go into your Safari, just look it up, and I want you to Google war powers in the U.S. or just war powers U.S.
Wait. Stop.
A nice
I gotta
quick.
record you.
I've already got it set up.
Oh.
You guys are all on camera.
Oh,
Get
that's
into the
hilarious.
camera.
Now you're going to be a part of it.
Yes.
Which sucks. Hi.
It literally looks like the.
It's a hidden camera. We got a candid camera going
Wait,
on.
what am I searching again?
Okay, yeah. So everyone go to your Safari
Chrome.
or Chrome.
War powers.
Safari is the program that comes with Apple. Yeah. Anyhow, go to the search bar, and I want you guys to search war powers. All right?
Just one.
War powers U.S. Search war powers U.S.
I think it like misses me. Like I don't think I'm in.
All right, Ben, do you have it? All right. So I want you to. There should be a white little box. Gives you a nice little easy definition. I see you. And I want you to read the class what that says.
Okay. The Constitution of the United States divides the war powers of the federal government between the executive and legislative branches. The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, while Congress has the power to make declarations of war to raise and support the armed forces.
Okay. So where is that a source from?
Library of Congress.
Library of Congress. Pretty reliable, right? If we're going to use the internet, let's make sure we're using reliable sources. So we hear from the Library of Congress. Now, read me again how those two powers are split. split up. Or you don't have to read it, but just someone say in their own words, it doesn't have to be Ben, how those powers are split up.
I'm not doing this week.
Wait, what was the question again? So how are the war powers split? So in that definition from the Library of Congress that we just read, how are those powers split? Yes.
The president is in charge of all the armed forces, and the Congress has the power to make the declarations like national.
Yeah, great. So our president is known as the commander-in-chief, right? So our president is the one who's getting to make these tactical decisions when we go to war and stuff. But the people who actually say, all right, we're going to war now, we're going to go to war against Iraq, we're going to go to war against Afghanistan, against Japan, whoever it is, that happens in Congress. Okay? So we could say that it's split, right, relatively down the middle. One gets one section, the other gets the other. All right, well, what I want us to do as a class is I want us to figure out, is that how it should be, right? As citizens of the United States, declaring war is kind of a big deal. So I want us to have a class debate and to figure out if the president should have more power or if Congress should have more power and why. So in order to figure that out, Rebecca, are you looking up more about the war powers?
Yeah, I was like reading on them. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Actually, though.
No, you're good. Yeah. I was gonna say one thing I've loved about college is I always have my laptop out, and so I can always be researching what the professor's talking about. Okay. Anywho, sidetrack. So first, we're gonna talk about advantages of Congress. Okay. So how many relative to So Congress, how many people roughly are involved in decision-making processes in Congress? How many people are there? Like 500 plus, right? So we get 300 plus in the House, and then we have 200 senators, right? So we're looking at 500 plus members in Congress. Why would that be a good thing when we're declaring war? Yeah.
You can have varied opinions.
You get various opinions, right? You don't get any extreme people, and if you do, you have extremes on the other end, so they start to balance each other out. Okay, why else? Why would more people be a good thing? Yeah.
I mean, they think about like the other ones in lieutenant effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
More than one person.
Yeah, especially the House of Representatives, because they're only in there for 2 years before you're voting on whether you want to keep them in there or not. So they're really thinking about what the people need, what's going to be best for the country. Okay, awesome. So, how many people in the executive branch? Okay, well we have the president's cabinet, but the main guy, right? We have uno solo, right? We have el presidente. So we have our president, and why would it be a good thing that only one person is declaring war?
It goes fast.
It goes fast, right? If someone's coming, or if we get attacked, if we get bombed, one guy, boom, our armies are sent, we're attacking that other country. All right, why else might it be a good thing? There's one more reason I'm thinking of. It has to do with how many people are going to know that they're declaring war. And it's secrecy, right? When it's not a huge debate, when it's not going on for a long time, when one guy is able to make that quick decision, hey Sam, happy to have you. We have the advantage of secrecy when we go to war, right? So that's a good thing when we have the president. Why could that be a bad thing? That only one person is making that decision. Yeah.
It could be like one person only is thinking about like how it's gonna affect them and how it's gonna affect their family, and not really thinking about how it's gonna affect different states.
Yeah. Great opinion, great comment. Why else might it be a bad thing? What was that?
I don't like that. Well, not necessarily like that dictator, but somebody that's like power hungry. Because of the reasons she said, like not to lose representation on anybody else, and just be like, okay, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. You can take advantage of more things, right? When you don't have anybody checking what you're doing, you can take advantage of the situation.
Because when you're going to war, a lot of people are going to die, and the have children in the military. It's good to know if you're going to go off to war or not. Stuff like that.
Yeah, awesome. Getting different situational inputs, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do now that we've talked about why it could be a good thing, why it could be a bad thing, I want everyone to stand up, okay? We're all gonna stand up. And it looks like you guys have already done this. So I see in the corner there's like strongly disagree, strongly agree, and agree. Have you guys done this activity before? Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Can someone grab Salem? Oh, he's vital to this. We're playing a game. Alright, everyone on their feet. Okay, quit looking up about war powers on Safari or Chrome. Okay, awesome. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a statement, and you guys are going to tell me if you agree. Where is it? Agree. Where's it? If you agree, strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. Okay? The United States would be better off if all war decisions went through Congress. The United States would be better off if all war decisions went through Congress.
Wait, the U.S. would be better off
If all war decisions, every tactical move, if Congress made every war decision, the United States would be better off. All right, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. Okay.
Define every decision.
Every war decision, every decision with war went through Congress.
It's like on the battlefield.
Literally.
Every war decision. At 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay. All right. Listen up. Okay. All right. So we don't have any extremists. No strongly agree and no strongly disagree. That's usually you guys are a pretty moderate group. I like that. Okay. Julia. No. This is start with J. Sophia, dang it. I was gonna say I don't know why I said Sophia. Okay, Sophia, why do you agree with that statement? Alright, everyone listening to Sophia.
Because it's more of like a very like a piece or just like one extreme source, so it's like a majority very very
Okay, awesome. Is there anyone else who's in the agree section has more to add to that? Alright, we'll get to Ben in a moment. But anyone in the agree section, yeah.
What Jacob said, a lot of people are going to die if we go to war. And so by putting it through everyone's opinion and everyone's choice, and it will probably take longer, but we'll probably come to a compromise and figure out if it is or isn't a good idea to go to war.
Okay, great, love it. Alright, why would you guys disagree with that statement?
So I don't think we should have opinions on whether or not.
What?
I don't know. I think we
Alright,
should.
send it to some communist countries. We don't need them here.
Just wait. Time out.
Okay, alright, I'll get to you two.
I just think that we should have just one person decide if we should have it.
Just one person decide, okay.
Because I really don't want other people to like.
It's more of a unified decision, right?
True.
It's just one person going straight. No, it's good. But when he said I don't think we should have opinions, I was thinking with like this game. But no, it's a big decision. I'm an unformed citizen, right? What do I know if we should go to Afghanistan or not? Okay, the president would know. All right, so you, then you, then you, then you. All right, hey guys, we're listening to Salem.
Who's first, Megan?
Salem. Ben, you're Ben?
Yes.
But there's another Ben.
Yeah, it's two bets.
Okay. Salem, you're first.
Yeah, I'm over here because you said every tactical decision, and that means that like
Every war decision.
you said, but like.
But then he specifically said, does that mean every tactical decision? And you said every decision.
I said every war decision.
Every decision. You also said every tactical decision. So I came over here because if you're in the middle of a war and every decision takes 3 days at least to process, you're gonna get your butt kicked.
right? If we're in Iraq and we all of a sudden need to go into Afghanistan, but Congress has to approve that, might be challenging, right? We might not get there in a timely manner.
That's
Right.
exactly what I was gonna say. It
Right
also
behind.
it also makes it a public thing. So it's like, oh, we're gonna assassinate this guy, and then Congress votes on it. Like that's it's not a very good idea.
Yeah. And do we want Afghanistan to know that we're gonna go in there?
No.
No, we gotta keep that on the DL.
On the DL.
All right. Any other? Spencer, did you have a comment? Oh, you first. That wait, you then Spencer.
Yeah, I was just like thinking, I mean, like, would we have ever like gone to war after like 9/11 if there had to be a bunch of debate on whether or not we do it? Because then if we did, would there still be a lot of terrorism in the US right now?
Well, and that's hard too, though, because we went in there, but a lot of people think we shouldn't have done it, right? A lot of people think we started punishing a country when really it was just a small group of people. So maybe had we had more of an input, had we had more say for more people, it would have been different. All right, Spencer, and then we're going to go back to our seats.
So the question was that Congress makes all decisions regarding war, right?
All war decisions.
So it all comes back to the concept of checks and balances. If one branch has that entire power, they're too limitless, and like even there's like zero chance of corruption, there's always that possibility. So with other branches being able to make other decisions regarding war, kind of restricts the power, even if it makes it slower.
Okay, all right. Good stuff, good stuff. Great comments made by all. We're going to sit down again in our seats. It's really bad. I just know. All right, so something that I love from this exercise, first is that you guys had really good formed opinions, so that was awesome. Second, something that I really like is it's important that we recognize and we think about what we want our government to be doing, right? That you guys can think, do I want the president making all the decisions? Do I want Congress making all the decisions? Do I like how it's balanced? Do I want it swayed more in a certain direction? Because when elections come around, these are the types of decisions that we're able to influence. All right, so now what we're going to talk about with Ms. White is we're going to talk about how Congress and how bills can become a law. All right, so this is just this is an example of powers that the executive and the legislative branch have, and now she's going to talk a little bit more about the powers in the legislative branch in making laws. And I think she's going to come back into the conference. I don't know where she went.
Yeah. Sorry.
Segueing
Yes.
to
Here. Okay.
Ms. White.
That's great. That's something to think about. I love those points. Real quick, when was the last time the United States has officially declared war?